This is a tech guy here, and in this video we're gonna do another tutorial. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a rock and roller coaster, particular rock and roller coaster, or any coaster that you make, a stop, wait, and launch. Now, you guys, if any of you guys have watched, you guys saw my rock and roller coaster. You guys are probably wondering, yeah, I did a pretty good job, didn't I? You should guys give me credit. I really worked hard on that, on building that coaster, and it took hours to make. And the hardest thing was getting the timing, because I had to time it to make, because the audio effect I downloaded, I had to make it. And that works with a lot of the coasters. Like when I port audio into it, Space Mountain Mission, Rock and Roller Coaster, any coaster that might have audio, I have to make the coaster where it will time right. And that goes for all of them. Space Mountain, they all work the same way. I have to get them timed, and I have to time it right. But that's kind of part of what I'm going to show you. But specifically, I'm going to show you guys how to make a rock and roller coaster, or any type of coaster launch. It works the same way too with Space Mountain Mission. So we'll just use the car I use for a rock and roller coaster. Let me find it. It's right here. Let me see. I actually. Here's a rock and roller coaster that I saved. A coaster that I saved. Okay, so we got the rock and roller coaster here. I'm going to show you guys how it works. So, the first thing I'm going to do now, this is already set because I did it. But what you want to do is you want to open your park and go down here. Make sure it's open. You want to let people in. Click on a guest, not a parking. You cannot click on a worker. It has to be a guest, like they call them peeps. It has to be a guest, not a worker, which includes the mechanic, any guest, not the park inspector. So here's a guest, and you want to name him or her, whoever it is, David space Brabin. And you want to type that in as it's shown, and just hit enter. What that will do, and you can go on, you guys, what you can do, and maybe I'll have a link in the description. There is, and this is one of the cheats. There's like 50 plus cheats on, or maybe not 50, maybe like up to 20 to 30 cheats for a roller coaster tycoon. This is one of them. You can also do a set where you can set a roller coaster to go on limited heights, to go like super high. You can set, there are a lot of things. Like another one, Frontier. When you name a guest Frontier, that basically makes no rides ever break down. So there are many cheats, and I'll have links in the description. This is a specific cheat. You want to rename a guest David Brabin. What that will do is a chain lift on any coaster that you build will be able to go as fast as you want. So that answers the question. Rock and roller coaster. I set the chain on here to 60 miles per hour, as you can see there. So basically that's the speed. Now we got the speed. Now, the next part, what will happen is you need to set, when you build a coaster, you need to check this box here, block section, because this is how rock and roller coaster works. And here's a little learning session for you. So this is what's on most roller coasters, is very safe. It's called block features or trim brakes. Trim brake is what slows it down. A block brake is what allows, in case Space Mountain is filled with them. If you watch my Space Mountain video, you'll know Space Mountain has a lot of trim brakes. After every turn, and it goes straight, because it goes straight a lot, it has a lot of straightaways. There's block brakes in case if something happens, the coaster can stop in case of emergency. And most coasters have block brakes. So it's where in case it's a section of the track that can stop. The block brakes on here, the next block brake section I put, other than the fact that it has the launch. Let me go over here and show you. It's up here. I'm trying to adjust it. It's right here. So I just put it there at a random spot. I had to put it, I know it's in a weird location, but I had to put it there to allow it to time right, because I was doing it for time-wise. This is the best place that will fit with the audio that will allow the coaster to launch at the right time, because it happens to work that way where, you know, so let me show you now how it works. So we'll stay right here. I'm going to try to see if I can get the whole thing in, because I mean, I'm trying to get the whole coaster in here, and we'll start it. The launch obviously is over here, so you know that. We will go ahead and open it. Now the first coaster, you want to have at least 2 or more coasters. The first car is not going to stop. It's going to go. So what will happen is the next car, let me play it here. We'll fast forward because I don't want to wait. I mean, we can watch the coaster as it comes through. So we'll watch the coaster as it comes through the entire coaster ride. Okay, so it's going through. It didn't stop. It's going through. The next car is approaching the launch area. And you see the car right there. It's going to stop. So it's waiting. So as you see the car, just like on the rock and roller coaster, the car is waiting right there. Once it passes that brake section, the car will launch. So we're just going to wait for it and you'll watch it go. It's approaching the section. It's going through the coaster. Here it comes, and I'll watch the car right there. Bam, there it goes. So that's how it works. You see, now that car is making its move through the ride. So that's how the block brake section works. You want to have one, and like I said, I set it to where it meets the time. That's how I got the timing right for when you watched it. And when I got the timing right for the audio, it was able to meet the time right, because I had to make the ride. Number one, you have to make the ride as realistic as possible, and that's one thing I continue to show repeatedly as my improvements. But if you make the ride as close as possible, there's a good chance that you will have the audio to work right, and the timing will work right as long as you do it all right. Here, watch the next coaster. So watch again. The car over there. The car right there is going to pass through. And there it goes. And that's how it really works on the real ride at Disney. That is how it really works. The rock and roller coaster. That's a safety feature. So that is how you make a rock and roller coaster launch. And like I said, if you make the ride, I'm not going to show you how to build a rock and roller coaster, but you get the idea. And that works for any coaster. Like, we'll build another coaster just for the heck of it. And I'll use just I'll build a random coaster or whatever. I'll build one right here. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize my finger was in the way. So we can build one right here. And kind of put brakes kind of just to ease it up to the section. You just want to put one. You usually just put one. Trim one there. I'm just going to do something stupid. I'm just going to go like this. I'm not really trying to build anything important. I'm just trying to show you the idea. I don't really care. Okay. Let's see if this works. Again, you want to set the chain lift. And again, David the guest, David Brabham, allows the chain set to be set unlimitedly. This might be a little bit weird, so just be ready. Again, you want to check that box. And then you want to set 2 cars. This will launch, and this is going to go the first one. See, as it waits for it to pass there it goes. Now, I didn't build enough brakes to get it to have it make through. But you guys get the idea. You kind of saw how that worked. I mean, I'll show it again. The car was going so slow. I'm going to zoom in on here so you can see. The brakes are right here, or whatever. It's sitting there, see? Because it's having to wait for it to pass through. See, now it passed through and that goes. So that's how it works. And that is how you do a rock and roller coaster launch. I know this was kind of silly what I built, but it's not really meant to be. I mean, I just built whatever to show you the idea so you can see, for those of you who are visual, you can see how it is done. So yeah, now you get the idea. That's how a rock and roller coaster launch works. And again, for you to get the timing right, you have to have the ride right. So there. I hope this helped you. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed my rock and roller coaster, by the way. I've spent a really long time on making that. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.